Trickster here, giving you another gameplay video, and welcome back to episode 2 of my career with Middlesbrough. I'm sorry it's not live. I did promise everyone that it would be live, and I really do want to still do it live. I did actually record it live as well. I recorded this gameplay this live, and I was playing it. Unfortunately, I've come with some technical difficulties with sort of. I don't want to get into details; it just bores you. But I need my friend to help me out with this sort of thing because I'm not fantastic with editing. I'm not fantastic with PCs, I suppose, computers, and this sort of stuff. So confuses me a little bit. So I've got a friend that helps me out with editing and whatnot. So he'll when I get hold of him, he'll tell me what I'm doing wrong or right or whatever. So I'm really enjoying this career mode, by the way. It's a decent team, Middlesbrough. It's just really fun, and I hope you're enjoying it as well, and I hope you'll follow me and support me throughout this series. I don't know how many seasons I'm going to do of this series. Probably, hopefully 3 or 4, maybe even 5. Here we go, first game at Huddersfield, and this really frustrated me. I mean, I don't understand why my player has decided to lay down there of all places. Surely in real life you would get up and well, you would just, you wouldn't want to stay there. You played everyone on side, and the player took advantage of that. Fair play to him. I can't really moan at him, and it was onside obviously, and tucked it into an empty net. So frustrating though. Emnes though on the turn, so quick on the turn as well, and he hit it. Unfortunately, he didn't finish this one, and it's a shame because Emnes doesn't miss many. And I brought at half time, I decided to change things, wasn't quite working, and Miller came on, and as much as I really dislike Miller, he changed the game in favour of us this game. And this goal here is phenomenal. He's a big man, but he's quick on the cutback, and he drilled it up the top of the net. Really, it's a phenomenal finish. And I don't know, I'm all stuck up with Miller because he does stuff like that, and it amazes me how he doesn't do it all the time. He's so tall, but he doesn't win any headers. He's supposed to be strong, but he feels like, it feels like he gets shrugged off all the time, and he doesn't play to his strength, sort of thing. I'm all for the fan of big, tall, strong players, and you do have to have a certain amount of strength in your team to sort of cope with, especially in the Championship. You do, and Emnes and Miller would work if Miller was a little bit, used his strengths, like I said. And this is a good finish, and don't get me wrong, he can finish in areas that you need him to finish, but he's not consistent, and he just doesn't seem to really, doesn't impress me. I don't like using him. He doesn't, I don't particularly like him, so I do actually get a player on loan that's a striker. I end up changing the formation to 4-1-2-1-2 diamond, with wide with the left and right midst of the centre midfielders, to use Sterling and that out on the wing in it. And but I'm going to need to look at a striker in January probably. I mean, we can't afford, unless obviously we get someone through the youth, fingers crossed, who I can develop into a star in the future, that's set as a striker ideally. But if not, then perhaps in January we're going for a striker. Let me know who you think, maybe give me some suggestions. And as you can see, we didn't dominate the game possession wise, but we took our chances. When we did get possession, we made the use of it. And here you are, Joshua King is my next signing in this transfer window. He's bought him because he was 4,000 wage, and I haven't obviously got a lot of wage, and he was just there with a bit of pace, something a bit different with Miller's not on form. So he's just going to sort of be there if I need him. He's okay. I've used him, and he's okay. He's very sloppy in front of goal. He hasn't got the best passing abilities. He's quick, he's nippy, and his movement's very good. And his attacking positioning is very good, but finishing wise and passing and creating chances, he just isn't great. So I'll definitely have to look at someone in January to sort of be a striker with Emnes. I don't know whether I'll go with someone tall and strong like Miller. Well, not like Miller because Miller isn't like that, but someone that Miller should be, because I do like having a tall bloke you can just chuck the ball in, hold the ball up and stuff, and it's lovely to have that sort of option. Miller certainly isn't that. So we're going to our next game against Barnsley, and we played much better in this game actually. We looked more of a threat instead of struggling in the last game. Emnes unlucky there at the start, right at the start of the game, and I just felt like he had a good game in him. He deserved some of the goals he gets. And Miller playing the ball into Emnes, who just drills it into the near post, and that's what he does normally. And he really is phenomenal in front of goal, and he proved to me that he's phenomenal outside the box as well with this goal. He takes on the defender, cuts back inside, and then one touch drills it against the bar and then into the corner, which is a phenomenal finish. And he's definitely a player that I will keep throughout this career mode, because to be honest, he's 24 years of age. He's got to 74 already in my career mode, and he's just got something about him I like. He feels good. He's quick. He's got a bit of strength in him. He could definitely win a header. He is a very balanced striker with a few added extras, and Miller using his strength for once and finishing. But he doesn't do that enough, and that's what he should do, using his power to bore through defenders, and doesn't quite do it enough for me. So I will definitely look at a striker in January to partner Emnes, because Emnes does sort of carry this team a little bit. He's my best player. Him and maybe Bittencourt is definitely providing. Look at that for defending. I mean, my defenders decided just to run forward and leave an empty far post for a player to just drift in, which they did, and that game finished 3-1. And again, we didn't dominate the game possession wise, but we took our chances and we made the most when we did have the ball, and that's what counts on FIFA. That's what gets you results, is goals and taking your chances, which we did. And I was confident going into this next game, which was a big one against Blackpool, that we could get something out of this. And then they had the same points as us. They were top and we were second. We were at home, so I was really wanting to get top of the league and knock them off and take 3 points away from them. But Carlton Cole, of all people, was playing for Blackpool now, and well, bad defending took advantage of that, and fair play to him. And they were a really good side, Blackpool, really good. They'll be up and around the top of the league, without a doubt. They were difficult to break down. They were big, they were strong with a bit of pace, and they really were a good side all round. And Miguel stealing the ball, knocks it into Emnes, who squares it all up at the near post. Lovely finish. That's what he does so well. He's got a good shot power to him, and he, like I said, he does carry our team a little bit, gets all the goals. And sloppy for me, getting the possession away. And 45th minute, the worst time to concede is then, and they punish me with a great glancing header to the far corner. So fair play to them. So I was really wanting to start the second half to get the equaliser, and it came along in the corner. Bittencourt crossing it in. Miguel, lovely header, out jumping the defender completely, and we deserved that as well. I felt like we could definitely get the 3 points in this game, which was not helped by this little dirty square by them, and the keeper just nearly saved it, just script underneath him, and not much we can do about that. Very light at the back, obviously trying to push for this third goal, and got hit on the counter, and that's what happens. So we kicked off straight away, and we were really wanting to get this goal, to put us back on terms. And Blackpool, like I said, are a really good side to play against, and I really did struggle to break them down. It was just one of those games where I didn't play fantastically well, but definitely felt like I could pick up more points than I did. And it was frustrating at times, because you know we had quite a bit of the ball, and we just couldn't make most of it, happen. So I decided to change it. Obviously, as you see there, we just could not break them down. In the 70th minute, I decided to take Bittencourt off, even though he's one of my best players. For Ledesma, who I do like a lot. There's no place on my side for him though. And Carrio's got a bit of pace, taking off the tired Sterling, and we bought Joshua King for Miller for his debut. And Joshua King, like I said, he just isn't quite there. And the 90th minute, of all people, come from the left wing, my right back, Hoyt coming from like inside left wing, playing right back of course, but he was there in the right place, and you can't argue with that. So fair play to him, and we deserved that. I'd have been very disappointed if we didn't come away with at least a point, and we did. We came away with a point, and that's how it finished. But we could have got 3. It gives another one of those, you know, like the other 2. We didn't dominate possession, but we made chances. We created stuff, and I was quite disappointed because I really wanted to go top of the table, but it didn't quite happen, and you know, that just happens. It was a tough game, and it was probably one of the hardest we'll have to play. I'm not looking forward to going up to Blackpool away, but we'll try and beat them at their place if we can. But that's going to be even a harder game. I feel like when you play at home, just have a little slight advantage. I don't know if that's true or not, but I feel like you do. So, but fair play to them, you know, and that's how it stayed though. They stayed first in the table, and we stayed second at the end of this episode. So it's been a good start to the season, not too bad. I mean, I can't really argue. We've done the best I think, you know, we could have done with you know, apart from obviously winning that game would have been perfect, but that's the only draw we've got so far, as you can see on the screen. And Leicester, the same points as us. Obviously it's really too early to tell with 4 games in who's going to be in and around the top 6, shall we say, because that's the promised land. That's where you want to be. That's where you can, you know, have a chance of promotion. But it's going to be tough. It's really going to be tough.